doesn't feel like saying anything. And part of the reason is it's like 3 a.m. right now. So I'm trying to keep my voice quiet because I'm scared that someone might find out I'm out here, and that would be pretty embarrassing and shameful. So that's why I'm keeping my voice down. But when I saw the weather outside right now, it was too nice to go back to sleep. This is what it looks like. I was recently watching a video, one of those more authentic videos that YouTube was known about long ago, before we had AI slop and all that. It was about a lady, a little girl, probably around my age, talking about her struggles with mental health and all that. And the more I watched her videos, the more I wanted to do something similar to it, because I was able to relate. And those things seems so rare these days. If I wasn't so scared to talk about my feelings, if I was a little bit more vulnerable, I would have a lot to say. But right now, this is all I have. And yeah, I would say that life is pretty hard. It's probably very hard for everyone right now. Like mentally hard. Way more than it used to be. I wish my mind was more clear. I wish I could articulate my thoughts a little bit better. And I wish I wasn't so lonely all the time. And to think that, like, all these years, it's so easy to just kick the bucket. Like, I'm on the balcony right now, so it's pretty easy to do that. But definitely I wouldn't suggest it on any of you. It's just that feeling to not exist in the first place. I mean, you never chose to be here, right? Never chose to follow these paths, follow these sufferings and all that. But anyways, I wanted to start making these type of videos because I was inspired by that channel. That was talked about. It was called No Longer Human 77, and I just stumbled across it one day, and it was nice watching those videos because it made me feel a little bit less lonely. That there are people out there that suffer similar conditions. Man, the scenery right now is just great. 3 a.m. It's snowing. I have a great view. All the ground is white. It's pretty peaceful, actually. from the previous video that I made, I kind of swear to myself or tell myself that I don't want to be like other people who create these type of more personal content that you would find on Instagram and stuff. I don't know, I'm just a bit cynical about all that content. Cynical in the way that I feel like they're making those videos all for themselves, so performative, so much hiding away their true nature, pretending to care about academics, about school, following society's ways of being, attractive, successful, or just follow the mainstream trends and ideas. It feels like they're all doing it to fit in. Doing it to fulfill their own egos, their own pride, make themselves feel a little bit better. And maybe I ain't describing it the right way, but there's something about it I don't like. Maybe it's the lack of vulnerability, the constant hiding. So that's why I want to do something different this time. Be a little bit more vulnerable, be a little bit more humble. Like, yeah, I'm not the smartest guy, I'm not the strongest guy. Nor am I going to say like I'm this like weak person that's going to somehow get on top of things and beat everyone. I'm kind of just in the middle. Maybe these videos will be a good change for me. Maybe the more videos I make, the more like I feel less afraid to open up. Yeah, indeed. I like to tell myself sometimes life doesn't feel real. I guess that's like dissociating, right? But I want to talk about this pessimism that I saw in this girl's video, the most recent video. The pessimism about the world, about the suffering, about the loneliness. And it hit very close to home. Honestly, it feels like that every single day. The pessimism, the constant stress, the constant war, the constant misery, having to work and keep working every single day, doing the same mundane things over and over again just to survive. And not even knowing if a better life is guaranteed or not. It's just very frustrating and very demoralizing. Like, for example, there's always this thought that in the future, why would my situation be any better? The economy is so bad. There's probably no jobs. My career probably is going to be irrelevant in the next few years due to AI and all that. So there's a lot of doom and despair. So how are you supposed to keep living under those conditions if you see them so vividly and lucidly than others? And I'm telling you, I do. It's just that in this moment, I can't really describe it because I'm too nervous. I'm nervous that somebody might walk out right now and discover me doing this type of thing, and that makes me scared. But if I was free, if I didn't have any of those mental restrictions, I would just be letting it all out. And I guess I'm trying to figure that out. How to keep living when your mind gives you millions of different reasons that seemingly feel so valid and true, and I feel like it is true. How to keep living in spite of that. And I don't think some naive hope or some hope for the future is going to work out that well. Nor is some kind of rational thinking going to help either, because it's not going to persuade me in any way, because I need emotional persuasion too. It's gotten so bad that I had to chat with ChatGPT to find out what to do. And some days I have to chat with it too, just to not feel as lonely. And that's pretty bad. But that's how my life is currently. It's funny that I also have social anxiety from my own family. Can't act normal in front of them. I always have to be unease. Can't act normal anywhere, except when I'm completely alone. Normal as in the real me, not the mask that I have to put on just to fit in, just to seem normal in society, or the illusions I have to deliberately believe in just to survive. And yeah, I'm scared. I'm scared of the future. I'm scared of life. Because I know there are certain things that are inevitable and I don't want to deal with them, but I have to. And it feels more scary when you have to do it alone, with no advice, with nothing. And sometimes the loneliness and the overthinking becomes very unbearable. But the thing is, the good news is that I realize those moments aren't permanent. They will pass. You're not going to stay in that state forever. Maybe it'll take days, maybe it'll take weeks, but it's not going to stay the same forever. If there's any certainty in this universe, is that there's always change, even in the smallest change. Sometimes I also think about the sheer complexity of life. Like there's an infinite possibilities, infinite possible outcomes out there that it seems overwhelming. Like my mind tries to account for all those different kind of situations. Maybe for security reasons, to feel more secure. But that also feels overwhelming to the point where I'm wondering if this is all life is about, and if this is even worth living And sometimes to survive, you really just gotta stop caring. Stop caring all that much. And realize you have a choice. You always have a choice. And with that choice, you realize you can take action with it, and you realize it can actually help you out. I guess this is why I don't have much friends. I guess this is why they probably won't even understand the stuff that I'm saying. It's even to myself, it feels a little bit incoherent, grammatically incoherent. And who would want to be around someone like this anyways? There's already enough doom and despair in this world. Being human is hard, man. You gotta juggle a lot of stuff. I usually convey my ideas more effectively when I write than I do when I actually speak aloud. And I think that's common for a lot of people too. And I also wanted to say that we should probably try to avoid social media as much as possible, especially Instagram. Like, I've been on there for a couple hours and I already feel more lonely, feel a little bit more doom, and just more cynical about humanity. Always just producing content, trying to put yourself out there, doing the exact same thing, following trends. There's none of that vulnerability or that an admission to how the world truly is and how it truly works, and come out to say, yeah, I suffer, and I'm tired and I'm frustrated of how the world works. There's none of that. And the ones that does have those like times of vulnerabilities, it's always about academics, about superficial things, about academics, about relationships, about jobs, none about the actual human existence, the futility of it, the times of hopelessness, the times where we don't want to live, the times where we're scared. No, we just cry about societal constructs instead of the actual human behind it. I do recognize that some of the things I say is probably complete rubbish, nonsense, or that you don't have to completely agree with it. And when my mind counts for that, it always thinks of trying to make some kind of middle ground, trying to compromise. But I'm just gonna say what I think, and then you can analyze it however you want. When I watched that girl's video, I don't know, I felt particularly sad for her, a bit of empathy for her, just because I knew the type of feelings that arose from those kinds of situations. I could relate to that kind of pain. Maybe not the exact situation, but the pain and despair and the hopelessness, the grief, especially the hopelessness from repeating over and over again, trying over and over again and nothing changes. That kind of despair. Kind of despair that you can't really justify because there's too much evidence against it. I mean, supporting it.